Good evening, everyone, or good morning to those of you who are watching from other time zones. My name is Martin Lopez. I am the director of Far Eastern University's Center for the Arts. I'm also an Asia 21 Fellow. To welcome everyone, I would like to call on Ching Jorge, who is also an Asia 21 Fellow and formerly Executive Director of the Bato Balani Foundation. She is a thought leader and advocate for youth development and education. She is currently the Chief of Party of Youth Leadership for Democracy, a joint program of the Asia Foundation and USAID. She has had over 2 decades of executive management experience in the private sector, implementing education programs aimed to uplift the quality of education in the Philippines. She's also the founding chair and president of Young Public Servants, or YPS, an organization that aims to harness a new generation of leaders who support and advocate democratic citizenship and good governance, and a co-founder of Youth Vote Philippines. Ching was awarded as one of Manila's 40 under 40 international development leaders, one of the 100 most impactful CSR leaders globally at World CSR Day in India. She is a Global Council of Asia Society, New York, and she is also an alumni of the International Visitor Leadership Program of the US State Department for Youth and Civic Participation. Ladies and gentlemen, Ching Jorge.
Thank you, Martin, for that generous introduction. And hello, good evening, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Asia Society Philippines works to strengthen relationships, deepen understanding, and bridge differences across our islands, Asia, and the world. Our projects and programs on education, on leadership, on art and culture, on policy and cross-country understanding are all intended to inspire a collaborative and shared future for all of us. Within the Asia Society Global Family is the Asia 21 Network, a network of the next generation's most important and influential leaders across 40 countries and regions. It crosses geographic and sectoral boundaries and convenes young leaders for discussions and collaboration and unleashes them to work together for maximum impact. BUKAS, Conversations for Action, is one of the local initiatives of Asia 21 Philippines that harnesses the collective strength of the Asia 21 community in science, arts, music, health, governance, agriculture, education, politics, where together we collaborate, engage, and take action on issues and advocacies aimed to uplift the Filipino. It is through this initiative that our collaboration with Asia 21 Fellow and FEU Center for the Arts Director Martin Lopez was born. And it is in the spirit of a common, unifying, and creative tomorrow that we are proud and excited to be a part of this program. We hope that through this event, we can educate on our history through music, we can communicate our love for country through song, and celebrate the beauty and art of the kundiman. Thank you and good evening.
Thanks, Ching, and thanks for dressing in a lovely terno. I'll put you on the spot a little longer because, when we were discussing this project, and it's really thanks to you and Joy Alampay, the Executive Director of the Asia Society in the Philippines, that we got this project together. And when we did a test run a few months ago,
yeah,
Ching, you said that it would have been more perfect if you were able to sing along.
Oh my gosh.
So, at some point in the evening, I will allow all of you to unmute yourselves and sing if you know the kundimans, or especially for our finale. Okay, so I will leave it at that. Ching, you can start vocalizing.
I will.
Salamat, Ching. Salamat, and I'm so
Thank you,
grateful for this
Martin.
collaboration.
Yeah.
Hello again to everyone watching from whatever time zone you are in. Feel free to chat in the, or please feel free to comment on the chat where you are watching from. And we will also start with a poll. There's this cool app called Slido, and May is sharing the screen, and there you go. You will find a link on the chat. Once you see the link or click on it, please answer this question. What comes to mind when you hear the word kundiman? It's flashed on the screen. You can answer in Filipino or English. Your answers will then appear on the screen, and then we will get a feel for the pulse of this audience. It's a wonderful audience. It's a growing number of guests from all around. Again, welcome to our informants. It's an informational performance about the kundiman, which someone has already responded to as a love song, which is true. Yes, it comes from the words kung hindi man. You're taking the words out of my script. Thank you very much. Love, yes. And of course, we are celebrating love because February is the love month. So we're on track. Classic, yes, absolutely. And you know it's classic when it survives the test of time, just like the kundiman has survived 100 years. Classic love song, yes. Yes, that's right. So love songs. Oh, that's nice. A silent sanctuary. Harana. Harana is actually slightly different, although some of the kundimans can be used as a harana or a serenade, a song of courtship. It is possible, yes. Thank you for answering. Yes, traditional Filipino songs. Wonderful. Yes. Mga kantang luma po. Yes. Mga kantang luma. But yes, that's why they are classic. And that is why we still have them around today. And hopefully, newer generations of audience will start to listen and to appreciate them. Oh, there's another one. Filipino expressions of their love for their loved ones through singing. Very nice. So thanks for answering not just on Slido, but also in the chat. Here's the second question for you. Given that you know your kundiman, you know what it is, what is your favorite kundiman? Ang ikong pag-ibig. Okay. Hello from Tagaytay, from Lydia Palaypay, Amor Colera, and Malucao. Hello. Okay, so flashing on our screen again, we have Dahil Sa'yo. Check. Gaano ko ikaw kamahal? Check. Dahil sa isang bulaklak? Check. Pilipinas kong mahal? Check. And guess what? You're going to be hearing at least 3 of those songs this evening. So what is a kundiman? The Filipinos' version of the art or love song is the kundiman. According to Raimundo Banyas, there are a couple theories on the origin of the kundiman. A shortened version of the phrase kung hindi man, just like what someone wrote, translated as if not or if not meant to be. And kundiman referring to a red cloth worn by male dancers. The kundiman was the traditional means of serenade in the Philippines that emerged at the end of the 19th century. Francisco Santiago wrote the first kundiman entitled Kundiman number 1, also known as Anak-Dalita. You're so right. And we were actually going to be starting the program with that piece. But they are also the names of concert halls around Manila. Like Banco de Oro has in its building in Makati, a building called Francisco Santiago Hall. And the Cultural Center of the Philippines has the Nicanor Abelardo Hall or Tanghalang Nicanor Abelardo. Santiago and Abelardo sought poetry for their lyrics, blending verse and music in equal parts. These composers were trained in the West and were very successful in integrating the operatic aria style into the kundiman. Technically, the kundiman is in triple time and follows the minor key to major key to minor key format. According to Florante Aguilar, the singer is always heartbroken, very poor, with nothing to offer other than his undying love, and willing to suffer, even die, to prove his love. If our love is not meant to be, then let me die. In 1917, Francisco Santiago wrote what is considered as the first formal art song kundiman, entitled Kundiman Anak-Dalita, or Kundiman Child of Woe, which was sung before the royal court of Spain upon the request of King Alfonso II. The words express that being unloved is equivalent to being poor, and yet there is a glimmer of hope if one gets noticed by the object of her affection. Let us hear New York City-based tenor Rogelio Penaverde, a native of Manila. He is noted by the New York Times for his quote-unquote sweet sound and by Opera magazine as quote-unquote an incisive tenor. I produced several concerts for June, including a Kundiman concert tour in Metro Manila and the Visayas more than a decade ago. As June sings, more information will be flashed on the screen along with the lyrics. Note the choice of words. Feel free to comment if and how the words and the music resonate with you.
Ako'y anak ng Dalita at tigib ng luha, ang naritong humimik na bigyan ng nawa. Buksan mo ang langit at kusa mong pakinggan ang aking niganig sa kapagdaramdam. Ay kung hindi ka mahabag sa lungkot kong dinaranas, puso't diwang nabibiyag sa libing masasadnak. Magtanong ka kung di tunay sa kislap ng mga tanak. Magtanong ka rin sa unap ng taglay kong danita. Sa dilim ng gabi, aking ninanamay, tanging larawan mo ang nagiging ilaw. Kung ikaw ay mahimbing sa gitna ng dilim, ay iyong ihulog puso mo sa akin. Tanging larawan mo ang nagiging ilaw. Ay iyong ihulog puso mo sa akin. Ang iyong ihulog, ang iyong ihulog mo ay pag-asa, pag-asa.
Anak-Dalita has Spanish lyrics by Jesus Balmori. Thank you, Jose Oliveros. And he continues, it is said that Spanish tenor heard the song and sung it himself. Also, the Italian soprano Amelita Galicurchi and the Spanish Miguel Fleta. Thank you. That's very good trivia. You know, a person of various artistic facets, June is also a composer, music director, and voice teacher. In fact, he has an upcoming gig in a few days in New York, which will feature all his original compositions. He has a Master of Music degree, major in voice, from the Manhattan School of Music, where he was a merit scholar. He also holds a Bachelor of Music degree, major in voice and minor in piano from the University of Santo Tomas Conservatory of Music, where he was a UST Conservatory of Music Alumni Association scholar. Before pursuing music, he obtained a Master of Arts degree in communication, major in integrated marketing communications from the University of Asia and the Pacific, where he was a university scholar. Would you like to hear more from June? Thumbs up? Yes, okay, thank you. June has another song for us. It's called Madaling Araw or Dawn, also by Francisco Santiago, written in the 1920s. It is considered among the most beautiful art songs. It is a fervent plea for love, not just for one's spouse, but also for one's country. Again, enjoy the music, but also note the lyrics. What are some of the lyrics that have a double entendre? Feel free to comment in the chat.
Hirap ko'y dinggin ang tibok ng puso. Sana'y damdamin hirap ng sumuyo. Manong itunghay ang matang mapungay na siyang panginginaw ng buhay kong papanaw. Sa gitna ng kadimnan, magmadaling araw ka, at ako ay nawitan ng habag at pagsinta. Kung ako'y mamamatay sa lungkot niyaging buhay, lumapit ka lang at mabubuhay. At kung magkagayon mo't niya mapalad ng buhay ko, magdaranas ako ng tuwanang dahil sa iyo. Madaling araw ka sinta, liwanag ko tanglang. Anong inairog ko at mahalin mo ako. Ngunit ay mapalad ng buhay ko, nang dahilan sa ganda mo. Niwayway ng puso ko tanglaw, ang inairo ko at mahalin mo ako. Manungaw ka niyang ilaw ko't pangarap at madaling araw na
just a message to all our guests. Since we are closing, or we have closed the concert hall, and if we are expecting any other guests that you know of, please message our hosts with their names so that they can be admitted while they are in the waiting room. So here are a couple of lines that struck me from Madaling Araw. At kung magkagayon mo tiyak, mapalad nga ang buhay ko. Magdaranas ako ng tuwa ng dahil sa'yo. My life is indeed blessed that I shall experience happiness because of you. I personally believe that despite the problems and challenges present in our society, I am indeed blessed to be living here. After many years of residing abroad, I can honestly say that there is no place like home here in the Philippines, and that my happiness stems from being here. The other pillar of the kundiman and Philippine music in general was Nicanor Abelardo, who lived a short 41 years but left over 100 compositions, including Nasaan Ka Irog, which he composed in 1923. Lyrics Pina states that this song was inspired by the real-life story of Nicanor Abelardo's childhood friend, Dr. Francisco Texon, to whom this song is dedicated. It portrays a cruelly thwarted love between an impoverished maiden and the heir of a wealthy family. It expresses acute futility, frustration, helplessness, and lingering sadness with profuse harmony and characteristic markings such as pesante and doloroso. Abelardo was also inspired by the dreams and aspirations evoked by the kundiman that he transposed in the song The Cry of a Broken Love, which eventually made the song a theme for empty dreams and forsaken loves. To perform it for us is violinist Adrian Ong, playing on his 2014 violin by Heinrich Gill. Hailed by the Catanduanes tribute for his palpable musical instinct and intelligence, and by Charles Castleman for producing a distinct sound, Adrian Nicholas Ong made his orchestral debut at the age of 17 with the Philippine Philharmonic Orchestra under the baton of Maestro Yoshikazu Fukumura, performing Saint-Saëns' introduction and Rondo Capriccioso. Could you hear the pesante, the heaviness, and the doloroso, the pain, made even more acute by Adrian and his violin? Not all songs need to have words. Even when they do, instruments, in this case a violin, and piano duet can express the emotions just like, if not more than words. The Kundiman is a song to a beloved, not just a love interest or muse, but can also be to one's parents and children. It can also extend to the environment, as seen and heard in Nicanor Abelardo's very famous Mutya ng Pasig and Bituing Marikit, which unfortunately were not included in today's repertoire. There are many beautiful interpretations of these songs online. Check them out. We do have another beautiful kundiman that likens love to a flower. Kay bango ng isang rosas, simbango rin ng pag-ibig. The fragrance of a rose is like that of love. Dahil sa isang bulaklak, one of the most famous compositions of Leopoldo Silos will be performed once again by Adrian Ong, a junior at the Mannes School of Music in New York City. Accompanying Adrian on the piano is his first violin teacher, Melissa Esguerra, who graduated from the Philippine High School for the Arts in Makiling as a pianist. Thank you, Adrian and Melissa. Remember the line from earlier in the program, if our love is not meant to be, then let me die. Hi. Filipinos may have always had a penchant for the melodramatic, but it can lead to being patriotic when that means dying for one's beloved Philippines. In this time of pandemic, we remember and honor heroes of a different kind. The frontliners here and around the world who, forgotten or taken for granted at times, risk and even give up their lives to keep the rest of us safe. Some frontliners are watching this now, at home, at work, or in transit. We salute you. This next piece, to be performed by baritone Joseleo Logdat, is for you. We also honor and thank all who have died for our country. Joseleo Logdat finished his Master of Music degree in vocal performance at Elizabeth University of Music in Hiroshima, Japan. He was chosen as the best recitalist of 2014. After his return from Japan, he launched Musika sa Isla, a classical music festival in his province of Marinduque. He also founded the Jovita Fuentes Vocal Competition and the Gamaliel Viray Music Festival. He recently organized the first Evelina Calao Opera Duet Competition. He is actually in Milan right now, but recorded these pieces for this concert right before leaving for Europe to represent the Philippines in competitions and performances, including the Sacred Music International Vocal Competition in Rome and the Montserrat Caballé International Vocal Competition in Barcelona. He managed to find scholarships to attend the Rigoletto workshop in Rovereto and is now preparing to be a part of the touring production of this opera in Germany next month. Here is his rendition of the only kundiman written by Angel Peña, Iyo Kailan Paman.
Sa alaala ko'y nagbabalik ang araw ng ating pag-ibig. Buhay natin panaginip sa gilid ng munting batis. Ang mga labi mong sakdal tamis ay may pangakong hanggang langit. Mamahalin kong lagi ikaw
Thank you, Cleo. Thanks to all our frontliners and modern day heroes. We have mentioned how the kundiman is not just an expression of love for a beloved muse or spouse. What else does it extend to, whether subtly or not? Does anyone want to try and comment? Through the kundiman, one can also express his or her love to God. In this next piece, again to be sung by Joseleo Logdat, we will see and hear how this kundiman also shows God's love for all of us. Despite health, economic, political, environmental, mental, and social concerns, there is still much for which to be grateful. As you listen to Augusto Agot Espino's Kundiman ng Langit, be thankful for the blessings in your life. Feel free to share what some of these blessings are in the chat box below.
Kamatayang pinangtubo
we are alive and able to unwind after a busy day, a busy week, with all the stresses around, but that we can unwind with a concert and chat like this are blessings for which I am grateful. I would like to thank the Asia 21 Society and BUKAS Conversations for Actions for the invite and for making this event possible. Thanks to DZFE 98.7 FM for being our official media partner. Thanks to the teams of the FEU Center for the Arts, the FEU EdTech team, and the Asia Society for their technical expertise. Thanks, Leo, for that performance. Leo is one of the vocal mentors of soprano Camille Tagadtad. Both are alumni of the Santa Isabel College Conservatory of Music in Manila and scholars of the Friends for Cultural Concerns of the Philippines. They are both currently representing the Philippines overseas. In addition to competing, Joseleo will also be a student of an esteemed bel canto singer in Italy. Camille is a music teacher in Dubai. As you listen to the song and read the lyrics of Minamahal Kita by Ruben Tagalog, who or what comes to mind as the object of their or your affections? Set your imagination free. Remember, love knows no bounds. Feel free to comment on the chat. Here are some of the lyrics you will hear and see. Ikaw lang ang tunay na siyang dahilan ng aking kaligayahan. Minamahal, minamahal kita, at nasa'yo ang tanging pag-asa. You are the one true reason for my happiness. I love you. My only hope is in you.
Kung
Let me read some comments in the chat. Seacock says it's lovely. Norman says can't help but sing along. Dr. Alan Ong, the dad of Adrian, says beautifully sung. I love it so much. And Jeanette Madama says awesome duo. I hope we have more opportunities to listen to their music in the future. Bravo. I can only agree. Yes. And see, it really doesn't matter that Leo and Camille are in different countries and performed in different time zones. Technology does bring us together in many ways, including watching this concert online. But hopefully we will be able to watch performances live again. Leo is in the audience. So hello, Leo. Greetings. Leo is in Milan. Thank you once again for joining us in this Kundiman recital. By hearing and or reading the lyrics, one may assume that a male and a female singing this song would be lovers. Could they be friends or mentors and mentees, just like Leo and Camille in real life? What happens if we replace either Leo with a female or Camille with a male? While the words remain constant, the context can change depending on the visuals or lack thereof. Love knows no bounds. As you listen to the next Kundiman, let the music and the lyrics lead you. Nahan, to where? That is up to you. Nahan by National Artist for Music, Hernani Cuenco, is a song about longing for the love that has faded. The lyrics of the song were written by National Artist for Music and Literature, Levi Celerio. Singing Nahan is Dubai-based soprano Camille Tagadtad, who has performed in concerts and operas around Metro Manila with different orchestras. She was a National Music Competitions for Young Artists, or NAMSIA, Grand Finalist in 2015. She represented the Philippines in the 2018 China ASEAN Opera Concert in Nanning, China.
Ganda ng lahat.
That was really nice. No, here are some of the lyrics that got me. Nahan ang yakap kong dati ay mahigpit at ang ligaya kong matamis mong halik. Where are your embraces that used to be so tight and the joy that comes from your sweet kisses? Might the next song, also by national artist for music Hernani Cuenco, answer the question? If the next song were phrased as a question, it would sound like a translation for Elizabeth Barrett Browning's timeless poem, How Do I Love Thee? Adrian Ong returns for the next piece. In the past, he has collaborated with esteemed musicians, Mary Ann Espina, Hermenegildo Ranera, Dr. Raul Sunico, and Victor Asuncion. Today, he collaborates with Camille Tagadtad and another performer you will soon see and hear. Adrian first collaborated on this video for his online recital, which raised quite a lot of funds for the scholarship program of the Friends for Cultural Concerns of the Philippines, of which he and Camille are beneficiaries. Like in the previous duet, Camille found ways to be a part of this piece to make it a trio. Mga ginang at ginoo, ladies and gentlemen, here is Gaano Ko Ikaw Kamahal.
Ako
I got nervous watching that. But thank you, Adrian and Camille. Thanks for honoring me with your collaboration. You gave it more justice than me. I learned the piece over lockdown and apologize for my rusty fingers and note reading skills. But that kundiman has always been a personal favorite and reminds me of my late ninang or godmother, Kunching Rosal, who in many ways popularized it. It was preparing for this event, though, that I studied the lyrics closely. As with the other kundimans we have heard, the lyrics to Gaano Ko Ikaw Kamahal are definitely addressed to one's beloved, which can be a partner, spouse, parent, or child. It can be to God, the environment, and to the country. It reassures with a promise of hope rising like the morning. Here are some of the lyrics that really caught my attention. Ang pag-ibig ko sa iyo ay tunay. Nais ko sanang patunayan. Huwag ka nang mag-alinlangan. Ang pag-ibig ko'y hindi kukupas. Tulad din ng umagang may pag-asang sumisikat. My love for you is true. I would want to prove it. Do not hesitate anymore. My love will never fade. It is like a morning with hope rising. Thus far, we have explored different kinds of kundimans across the decades. We analyzed texts. We heard kundimans performed as solos, duets, and even a trio. We saw how musical instruments can replace, if not enhance, the voice. For our next piece, which should be very familiar to you, let us now add two other elements. Care to guess? To perform Mike Velarde's Dahil sa Iyo, help me welcome the award-winning FEU Chorale and FEU Dance Company. I'll use this opportunity to promote the FEU Dance Company's upcoming virtual concert called Lock Dance. It took 2 years to prepare, and it will finally be aired on February 22, 2022 at 4:30 p.m. Philippine time. And we hope that you'll be able to support the FEU Dance Company in this wonderful endeavor. We end this evening of Kundiman with another famous piece that will pull the heartstrings. Many times in the last century, composers, singers, and the populace turned to the Kundiman, especially when outright expressions of patriotism were considered seditious crimes, just during the Spanish, American, and Japanese colonial periods, but also during martial law and other times when our freedom was suppressed. In 1928, during a time of struggle for Philippine independence from US occupation, Constancio de Guzman set the Tagalog lyrics of Bayan Ko to music. The song returned to consciousness following the assassination of Senator Benigno Aquino Jr. in 1983. It became a significant part of the rallies that followed, leading to the snap elections in February 1986 and the People Power Revolution, the 36th anniversary of which we commemorate in a few days. Bayan Ko became an unofficial anthem synonymous with the pro-democracy movement. To close our event, Constancio de Guzman's Bayan Ko will be performed as an offering for our country, especially with crucial elections in less than 3 months. Feel free to sing along.
Hello everyone. It's been years, maybe a decade or more, since I last played the piano. But in the last 2.5 weeks of lockdown, I've been able to get back to it and revive a particular piece which was arranged for me by National Artist for Music Hernani Cuenco right after EDSA 1. I had the privilege and good fortune of performing it alongside with my late grandfather, the King Lopez Jr., who played on the cello, together with his Elena String Ensemble. And then I got to perform it a year later when my mom got married to my stepdad. It was her bridal march in the chapel in Boston. And then I performed it again in the home of a good friend, mentor, supporter, and host for Sinagtala events, the late Odette Alcantara. I will now try my best to revive it for you, for our country, and for all the frontliners as my way of showing my gratitude and appreciation for all the amazing work that you do for our country and for all of us. Pardon the rusty fingers and the rusty keys. Here is my attempt at Bayan Ko, composed by Constancio de Guzman and arranged by National Artist for Music Hernani Cuenco.